Certainly does not feel like a Monday out there. It feels like Miller time.
What? It's so melty.
I'm just talking like window down,
I know.
tunes cranked.
51 today, 52, something like that.
Somewhere around 50 all week long. Looks like maybe on Friday we'll get into the mid-50s. So, yeah, going to be a lot of melting this week. Get ready to be sweeping and mopping your floors repeatedly if you got dogs.
Even from walking the parking lot, though, the amount of ice you got to navigate is significantly less.
Yeah. Very melty this week with high temps near 50 degrees all week long and then maybe into the 50s by Friday. Second floor Sarah is going to join us later on. Talk about what she did this weekend. Find out what's happening in our area this week. Bad news having music, the friggin' sports. How was your weekend?
It's all right.
We went out for Friday Night Fish on Friday. Pat McCurdy was supposed to play in town, but he got sick last week, and so had to cancel a couple of shows, including the one we had on Friday. But we went out and got some Friday Night Fish. It was delicious.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
I've
Saturday.
done that all winter, I don't think.
Saturday, the wife won the $1,000 jackpot on the monthly drawing at the bar that we frequent, which was nice.
Amazing.
Left in a sobbing mess. Had maybe a few too many and was very emotional about the win.
Well, yeah, it's exciting. That's super exciting.
So, yeah. But, and then hanging out with the dogs and cleaning and all that crap and just
lots of adulting.
open windows, heat off for a little while yesterday.
Open windows yesterday. We did too.
Big time. We'll get to some Pearl Jam and some Lit in just a bit. If you need something, find us online at rockmornings.com.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. More from Brian and Gene is coming up.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. The Pope apparently still not doing very well.
Not good at all.
According to the Vatican, he had a restful 10th night in the hospital. This was published very early this morning. They said the night went well. The Pope slept and is resting, recovering, receiving treatment for double pneumonia at Rome's Gemelli Hospital, I think is how you pronounce that. Sunday evening, the Holy See press office said his condition remains critical, though he has not experienced any respiratory crises since Saturday morning. Had some blood transfusions to bring up his hemoglobin levels, and apparently starting to find out about kidney failure as well. But Pope Francis slept well in his 10th night in the hospital, being treated for double pneumonia.
Very frail, very fragile health situation right now.
Might get a conclave in 2025. Elsewhere, the jersey patch that's honoring Bob Uecker this season is now available for purchase at all Brewers team stores. The patch available at team stores in both Milwaukee at AmFam Field and in Arizona at the American Family Field of Phoenix. Yeah. The patch was designed with his unique style in mind, featuring the gold and navy plaid print to honor the sports coats that he used to wear.
Yes.
And the jersey patch is available for $12, and the proceeds will benefit Bob Uecker's preferred charities. Patches can be purchased to add to jerseys bought in the team store or any other MLB licensed official Brewer jersey.
So cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah. I don't know if it's on the website yet. I did see that it is at the two stores physically, but I'm assuming at some point it'll be available on the online store. But I'm looking forward to going to opening day. We're going to take that one of our many bus trips that have all sold out, and I'm going to get one of those hoodies, those Uecker hoodies that they've had for sale. Looking forward to that.
Did you see his empty chair and everything there?
Oh, yeah.
In the booth?
I watched and listened, and very emotional.
Very.
Very emotional. President Trump naming Dan Bongino. Is that how you pronounce that? Bongino? Am I close?
That's how you say it.
Former U.S. Secret Service agent who has written some best-selling books, ran unsuccessfully for office, also gained fame as a conservative TV show and podcaster, has now been chosen to serve as the FBI deputy director. President Donald Trump announcing the appointment last night in a post on his Truth social platform, praising Bongino as a man of incredible love and passion for our country, called the announcement great news for law enforcement and American justice. Also in Trump's administration, Elon Musk telling a bunch of federal workers that they got to prove that they actually got some work done last week or else they're out. Hundreds of thousands of federal workers have been given just a few days to explain what they accomplished over the last week, sparking some confusion across some of the key agencies as Elon Musk, who serves as President Trump's cost-cutting chief, sent out the request on Saturday on his social media network saying, consistent with President @Real Donald Trump's instructions, all federal employees will shortly receive an email requesting to understand what they got done last week. Failure to respond will be taken as a resignation. Shortly afterwards, federal employees, including some judges, court staff, federal prison officials, received a 3-line email with the instruction, please reply to this email with approximately 5 bullets of what you accomplished last week and CC your manager. Deadline to apply was today at 11:59 p.m. I've got friends that work for the federal government. They're not happy right now. For obvious reasons.
Yes.
But if you actually got work done last week and your manager agrees with that.
Sure you do.
So you should be good, I guess. Last but not least, people are pissed about this one. I don't get it. It makes no sense to me, but it's just verbiage in a bill, so I don't know why it matters to anybody. The Republican Governors Association is now criticizing the governor, Tony Evers, and Wisconsin Democrats after a bill that was filed on the 18th changed the word mother to inseminated person.
All right.
You've been an inseminated person 3 times in your life, right, Gene?
I have.
Maybe more.
I have, for sure.
Executive budget bill introduced by the Joint Committee on Finance covers a wide variety of topics, including agriculture, education, and payments to rural health clinics. The bill recognizes same-sex marriage by making references in the statutes to spouses being gender neutral. The terms wife, mother, father, and husband all replaced with gender-neutral pronouns and terms such as spouse and person. And in one section covering artificial insemination, the husband of the mother was changed to the spouse of the inseminated person. What are we doing? The executive director of the RGA, Sarah Craig, issuing a statement on Friday saying Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers' latest left-wing push isn't just out of touch, it's offensive to mothers. Being a mother is the greatest privilege I will have in my lifetime, and every mother I know feels the same. If Tony Evers can reduce motherhood to an inseminated person, then our society is lost. Do we get to call people inseminated persons? I mean, just walking around, hey, are you an inseminated person?
Have been. For sure.
Not yet. I'm working on it. All right? Look, I'm just getting my GED, and then maybe I'll talk. Maybe I'll think about becoming an inseminated person.
Right now, that's a lot of responsibility.
If you have semen inside of you, are you technically because I'm a man, I have semen inside of me somewhere.
I think you do.
So would I be an inseminated
man, right?
person?
Are you? No, I don't think so.
No, it has to be someone else's insemination.
I think right because you're just.
It's not semen containing. It's inseminated.
A container.
I got you. I'm just trying to figure it all out here, Gene. Trying to figure it all out.
We miss Bob every day, and as we approach our first season without him by our side, he was a great friend to all of us, a fixture at the ballpark in our lives. We cannot fill the hole his absence has created, but the jersey patch will be a way to honor his memory whenever we take the field, both obviously as players and now as fans and wanting to support his charities and his memories. You can get the patch when you head to the ballpark for a game. It doesn't look like it's available in the store, Brian. Maybe that's coming, but right now you have to be there in person.
Gotcha. Again, kind of cloudy, but it's going to be nice.
52?
Near 50 today, somewhere around there. I've seen high temps as low as 47 and as high as 54. Depends on what weather app or weather website you're looking at.
Nice, though.
But it'll be around 50 today with some clouds. More clouds tomorrow. Same kind of thing the next 3 days. And then maybe climbing into the 50s by Friday. We'll get to sports in a bit. Also some Lit in a few minutes. Are they playing Ashley for the Arts? Did I see that? Is it Lit? I know I saw Daughtry and ZZ Top.
No, Lit's that one at East Troy at Alpine Valley.
The Creed and
90s thing.
the Creed and the Nickelback one? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Right now it's Pearl Jam.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
Blitz, my own worst enemy. On Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. The Badgers were up by 10, 12 in the second half. And then all of a sudden the wheels fell off.
I don't know what happened, man.
Bro, they had 17 turnovers. And that's you're not going to win a game with 17 turnovers. But at home against an unranked team and you blow it.
Yeah.
Badgers ranked 11th. Probably going to slide down this week in the rankings after they lost to unranked Oregon on Saturday, 77-73 in overtime. That snaps their 5-game winning streak. They're at home against unranked Washington tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. That game will be on Peacock. Just a head scratcher. Bucks, they beat the Wizards on Friday, 104-101. Then they beat Miami yesterday, 120-113. That's 4 in a row for the Bucks without Chris Middleton. Giannis back from his injury. They're on fire right now. They're off tonight. They're at Houston tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Not 1, not 2, but 3 goals for Alexander Ovechkin.
No way.
Scored Emerson, his stick snapped. Here's Ovechkin. Got it! Another hat trick for Alexander Ovechkin. 12 to tie and 13 away from history. And with authority, did he fire that in the middle of the net? He's going to go for a lap, I think. Look at him. Yes, he is. He's going for a lap around the rink. Oh, boy.
Got an empty netter for his third goal, the hat trick. All the hats coming out on the ice, and then he took a victory lap to go dap up his kid, who was in the crowd. He was behind the glass, obviously, but 3 goals in the Capitals' 7-3 rout of the Edmonton Oilers yesterday put Alexander the Great just 13 away from breaking Wayne Gretzky's NHL career record of .894 that for a long, long time seemed unapproachable. I mean, he had some great talent coming through. Sid the Kid, all these other players.
Took all this time.
Even after he missed 16 games earlier this season because of a broken leg, 39-year-old Alexander Ovechkin looking to pass Gretzky sometime this spring. Crazy. Meanwhile, in Atlanta,
Hocevar to the caution. Caution is out. Crashing into turn number 3.
Who was in the lead? Hocevar was right there between Larson, Bell, Hocevar. Which one is it, guys?
Let's have a look here at the moment that caution light comes on.
Ooh, I think it's, from what I can see, guys, Christopher Bell. No wonder they're celebrating.
So NASCAR has our video, their own cameras around the track, their own optical scanning system, and we will wait for the call. Christopher Bell scores in Atlanta after the Toyotas.
Fantastic job, Bell. Really proud of you, man. You really dug in there.
Toyotas did not qualify well at all. They were in the trunk. And yet, Joe Gibbs Racing, Christopher Bell, Adam Stevens find a way.
Christopher Bell edging out Carson Hocevar and Kyle Larson in overtime last night. In another close NASCAR Cup Series finish at Atlanta Motor Speedway, Bell led only the final lap, and his Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota had a slight edge on the outside when the caution light came out in overtime after a wreck by Josh Berry. 10 career victories, Cup victories for Christopher Bell. In the NFL, investigators have been in Baltimore speaking to some of the women who have accused Ravens kicker Justin Tucker of sexual misconduct. According to reports, 3 women have spoken with investigators, with another 2 scheduled to do so. In total, 16 massage therapists from 8 high-end Baltimore area spas have all made allegations of inappropriate behavior by Justin Tucker, which occurred sometime between 2012 and 2016.
They got quite a few people to talk to.
Smoke and fire. Elsewhere, the NFL is expanding its international operations in 2025. Yesterday, the league announced the host countries for this year's slate of international games. There's 7 scheduled games in international waters this season. The Chargers will be these are all the home teams. They're designated home teams, so these are home games for these teams.
Okay.
They haven't announced who these teams are going to be playing yet, but the Chargers will be the home team in Sao Paulo, Brazil. I think we found out about that one. That's the one that's the Friday night after the opener on that Thursday night.
Yeah, where the Patriots don't want to play or
nobody wants to play. Colts are going to be playing in Berlin, Germany. The Dolphins will be in Madrid, Spain. Steelers going to be in Dublin, Ireland. Jacksonville Jaguars will be in London at Wembley Stadium. And then the Cleveland Browns and the Jets will both play in London at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium sometime in the upcoming NFL season. And last but not least, kind of sad news out of the NBA as San Antonio Spurs Hall of Fame coach Greg Popovich not expected to return this season, and the rest of his future in the NBA is uncertain as he recovers from a stroke that he suffered back in November. So maybe more serious than we thought.
Okay.
Sports on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. We'll get to some Shinedown. Got some Slipknot coming up. If you need something, rockmornings.com to get in touch with us. Looks like it's going to be beautiful this week with high temps near 50 all week long.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station.
Hey, y'all, it's me, Cheyenne from Hooters. Okay, so y'all might have heard that we have to declare bankruptcy, which is sad because I think we're the best restaurant ever. Leave it to Hooters to have rumors bouncing around the internet when I don't think we're sagging in sales. Our man boss, Tom, is always keeping us abreast of our situation, and he says we're far from bust. He told me and the other girls, Porsche, Sierra, Tacoma, and Silverado, to stay perky with our chests high. So we're going to stay real positive because for us Hooters girls, our motto is yes, we can. See y'all soon.
Bankruptcy. Looks like it's going to claim another victim. Hooters. However, one NBA star is very concerned. Probably more than one, but the only one who's made it official. Phoenix Suns guard Devin Booker posting on Twitter a day after it came out that Hooters might be filing Chapter 11. He tweeted, "Please don't go at Hooters." After the team's win over the Bulls and on Saturday, Booker, not the only one nervous about the restaurant's future. Many people posting on social media, including the golf influencer Paige Spiranak, said, "Not on my watch," after she saw the news.
Yeah.
Hooters of America reportedly were working to with creditors to restructure their debt of $300 million through a Chapter 11 filing. Chain working with a law firm to prepare for the filing, but plans are not final. Hooters has closed several locations throughout the country as business has declined. Around 40 of them nationwide have shut their doors, but none where Booker is in Arizona. So, Devin Booker, you should be okay as long as you stay in Arizona.
We haven't had one in our area for years and years and years.
Well, look, I get it. That model is going out of style. They tried to transition to this family-friendly kind of thing, right? Bring your kids into Hooters. My issue is just with Hooters has always been, look, dude, just increase the prices and include the blue cheese and the celery and carrots. Don't charge us for that crap.
Well, I don't think the food wasn't.
And the food is okay. I mean, it's, not terrible or bad or whatever, but like.
Well, and there's similar businesses, isn't there? I mean, like there's other businesses with that sort of model, the Twin Peaks and the tilted kilt and the kind of the concept. And
there's different concepts that follow along.
Food.
Maybe. I mean, and it might be a more local or regional franchise as opposed to a global thing like Hooters, but Devin Booker of the Phoenix Suns very upset about Hooters closing, or maybe not closing, but filing Chapter 11. You'll be okay. The other issue I always had with Hooters was that when you get a Hooters in town, like this happened at where I grew up in Manchester, New Hampshire, it was a big deal, right? This was over 25 years ago. So the Hooters was opening up in Nashua, my hometown. Brand new location. Tons of giveaways. All the people are there the first couple weeks. They bring in these like girls from Florida and California and
to open it up.
The hot girls. And then after, it's like the regular city chicks that you run into at the bar.
Who work at Hooters.
That are working at Hooters.
It's like a regular restaurant.
And then they swap out all the hot ones, so you kind of feel like you got the rug pulled out from underneath you. You're going there expecting, this amazing food and ambiance, and then after the trainer girls leave, it's sort of like, oh, it's Jessica from down the street. Yeah.
And some mediocre wings.
Yeah. Well, and again, don't make me pay for the stuff that should come with the wings. Ranch and blue cheese should be a part of the deal here.
Yes.
Just if you have to, just include it in the one price. I don't want an a la carte blue cheese.
The dipping sauce should be just part of it.
Devin Booker, very upset Corbin texted in and said, didn't the Crow in downtown used to be Hooters? No, that was Love Child.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in La Crosse, the Love Child restaurant was a Hooters for a couple of years. My buddy Rob worked there. He was like a manager.
At least a couple.
Yeah, it was, 4 or 5 years. I know that during his time, Rob was really proud because when they first opened up, a lot of Hooters, people may not know this, but back in the day, most Hooters only did beer. They didn't have a full liquor license in some places. And so when they got here, they were just doing beer, and then Rob worked on that, and eventually they started serving some cocktails as well. So he was pretty proud of that. Unfortunately, I think they also did a walk-up window. They were trying to do that because obviously bar time is a good time to try to get some of those drunk kids to come over and get some wings. But, yeah, Hooters was in downtown La Crosse, but not at the Crow location. It was over where Love Child is, a couple blocks down. I'm always amazed when they do the stool thing. I got to be honest. That boggles my mind. It's like hula hooping. I can't do hula hooping.
They also do that.
But when they get on that, you've seen it, right?
I have.
They flip that thing, and then they pour a beer while they're rodeoing this thing, and I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Talent.
We took Donut to, because his fiance would have really gotten mad if we had taken him to a strip club. So the most we could do was like PG-13, so we had to take him to Hooters. And we, of course, knowing that we couldn't go to the next level and take him to the strip club, we tried to go all out at the Hooters and had all the girls sign his shirt and made him put it on, and then took a picture with all the girls and their big boobies and everything. And he's like, don't let Michelle see that picture. She'll kill me. I'm like, dude, it's Hooters. It's chicken wings. It's like not that big a deal.
Everybody's got their clothes on still.
Yeah. But yeah, he... Don't let her see that picture, man.
That's a private thing.
Yeah. I wonder if he's still... I don't know. Maybe I have that photo. I got to look around. Television tonight, The Bachelor over on ABC, The Voice on NBC, Extracted on Fox, NCIS over on CBS. You also have All-American and Rescue High Surf. Most of the late-night shows last week were repeats. This week, it looks like most of them are new. Chelsea Handler going to be on with Jimmy Fallon. Chris Pratt, Drew Carey, and Nathaniel Rateliff are going to be on with Jimmy Kimmel. And Woody Harrelson and Sam Waterston on with Stephen Colbert. Seth Meyers is in repeats tonight. So there you go. As I told you, we watched Nosferatu over the weekend. The reboot of the reboot of the reboot.
Mm-hmm.
With Lily Rose Depp and her big nipples. My wife was very complimentary about her nipples.
So she's the love interest of Dracula?
Yeah, so basically, if you know the story of Dracula, Mina Harker, and, if you watch Bram Stoker's Dracula with Gary Sinise and, or Gary Oldman, excuse me.
He falls in love with her, essentially, when she's a younger girl.
It feels like, at least in the Dracula movie, they were a couple before he became Dracula, and then he had to go fight a war, and then they killed her or whatever. Like, the marauders came and tried to capture his castle and killed his wife, and so it's a story of never-ending love over oceans of time, blah, 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 blah. This one's, I guess, kind of similar because they make it sound like she had some sort of relationship with him in the past, at least her previous version or whatever. Anyway, so the husband goes to the castle to try to get some legal documents because, a vampire can't just up and move to a castle in Germany from Transylvania. He's got to get some legal documents. Everything's official, everything's up on top. Mm-hmm. And beautifully shot, wonderful
I heard
looking
the
movie.
Cinematography is gorgeous.
I will say the only issue that we had was just understanding what Dracula was saying, what the vampire was, because his voice is so hard to just decipher. You know what I mean? It was just a little bit guttural and just sort of. And it was like, all right, dude, can we get some subtitles maybe? Not usually a fan of reading movies, but in that case, it would have been nice. Yeah, so we watched that. The NASCAR race, obviously. That was about it, though. We didn't. You?
We watched Companion. I told you we were going to try to rent that on Friday night, and we did.
So Robot goes to the beach?
I don't know anything more than that when you watch it.
Is that the deal?
Yeah, I really wouldn't. I mean, because my husband went into it completely blind. I just was like, hey, I saw this trailer. I want to watch this movie. And he's
is it friends, family, couple? What is it? it's a group of people that go to a vacation?
Yeah, friends. They're friends.
So a group
They're
of friends, and one of them's got a robot companion?
I don't know any more than that. Just honestly, go to it. It was.
All right.
It had, twists. It had surprises. It had, sci-fi, but it also had sort of horror, and it was way better than I thought it was going to be.
All right. Companion. Mm-hmm. Check that one out. Thanks, Corbin, for the text. RockMornings.com if you want to get in touch with us right now. Slipknot.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. That is The Knot with Psychosocial. Again, boy, it's lightening up so much earlier in the morning now, too, and staying light later. I'm starting to notice it.
Did you know that yesterday was 2 weeks from the time change?
Yeah, so the equinox is what, March, whatever it is, 21st?
2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks from yesterday.
Crazy.
Yeah, and some areas may see 60 today, Brian. It just depends on 56, 54, somewhere in there. But some areas to our south could see 60 for a high today. So that's awesome.
Yeah, like I said, depends on what weather app you've got or what website you go to. But somewhere around 50 degrees, maybe up into the 50s, maybe near 60, as Gene mentioned. But it's going to stay like that pretty much all week. And then maybe into the 50s by Friday, but it is going to cool off again, it looks like, next week. So, rockmornings.com. You can listen to the show live there. You can check out our daily podcast. You can find all our contact info. Register to win prizes. Workforce Wednesday coming up later this week. Also, date night. Mm-hmm. Hairball tickets are going to be at the Omni Center in Onalaska, March 22nd. You can register for tickets to that on the website, rockmornings.com. Sign up for your chance to win.
All sorts of stuff for free. Why
Yes.
not? Why wouldn't you?
We'll get to some Rockfest music from 3 Days Grace in just a couple of minutes. Stick around.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
That is Rockfest music from 3 Days Grace. I Hate Everything About You. Looking forward to seeing them this July. Mm-hmm. Along with Marilyn Manson and Five Finger Death Punch, In This Moment, Rob Zombie, so many others.
You're talking about Rockfest, are you?
Rock-fest.com. Head there for tickets and info. Stripper. That's who I took to the prom. Christine. Don't remember her last name. Still got some pictures. Had a good time. My buddies were busting out their $1 bills. When does the entertainment start? Mm-hmm. I was like, bro, it starts the moment we get back to my house after the prom's over. You remember who you went to the prom with? Senior prom?
Well, they usually do junior prom here. That's the bigger deal.
Okay, all right.
Not that you can't go as a senior, but junior is the big year. And a group of friends.
So, stag?
Yes. Well, there was I grew up in a small town, so there was
20 people there?
boys
you knew
and
everybody?
girls, and we all just went as a group together.
Have you kept in touch with any of them? I mean, you must have, like, a couple of people you were at prom with that you still...
Well, a couple
Sort
people
of.
I went to high school with that I
Okay.
still do on, mostly through Facebook. I mean, not
Facebook,
like
yeah.
in person or anything like that, but I know where they are, and I see them and what's going on in their world, and we comment once in a while, but yes.
There's a guy in Pennsylvania, his name is Sean Moyer, and he just got a brand new kidney because his prom date from 35 years ago was a match.
That's a great story.
Her name is Elena Hershey, and she lives in Colorado. She went to prom with Sean after the girl that he was supposed to go with dumped him for somebody else. Mutual friend
So this gets even better.
told her that Sean needed a kidney, and they were not a match, him and the friend. But she signed up for a kidney exchange, and hers went to someone else, and Sean got a new one as well. Her surgery was last year. His just happened on Thursday.
I heard that Sean was looking for a kidney.
Elena actually called me.
I had already planned on donating anonymously. I was glad I heard about that so that I could contact him and offer him my kidney.
Which is a remarkable thing since I knew Elena from 35 years ago. She was my prom date, yes. She was a remarkably nice person. She was pretty and she was smart. I got a call and they said that a kidney has become available and it was a very good match.
By the way, Sean is a doctor, Dr. Sean Moyer, UPMC, the chief quality officer and still a practicing family physician, needed a kidney. Was also voted the most likely to succeed at his Dallastown area high school when he was a senior. Student council president. Girlfriend dumped him, though, right before the prom.
Ouch. Ouch, ouch. That's like right before Valentine's Day or Christmas where you don't have to buy the present.
That happened to the guy I've shown you the pictures. The guy that I went to the prom with, my buddy Billy Hovey, he was dating a girl named Amanda, and he dumped her like 2 weeks before the prom. And, of course, all the money had been paid for the limo and the dress and all this, and the hair and everything.
Oh, he was not popular, was he?
And
People
dumped her for another girl,
man.
younger girl, like a sophomore or whatever. Anyway, so like the limo pics, they still went to the prom together, even though they weren't dating or whatever, because all the plans and money had been spent. So the limo picks them up at their house, which is behind where my parents' house was, and drives around the block. And then, of course, my date, the stripper, in her stripper dress, are standing out in the driveway. And apparently Billy made some kind of comment or whatever, and Amanda started bawling in the limo. And so there's a picture.
There's a lot of emotions.
There's a picture of the four of us, and like, you know, I'm head chef, you know what I mean? I'm looking good, and Billy's like, you know, happy because he's not going to be with Amanda, and Amanda he's got the I just stopped crying face. It was so funny. Anyway, so this guy, all these years later, she was able to donate a kidney and didn't match him.
But in exchange, then he gets one from her.
But there's some kind of kidney exchange program, and so she signed up and got him one, and now he's good to go. 35 years later after prom.
That's amazing.
Elsewhere, this is crazy. Maybe they should start maybe these guys will use this as a sign to put out signs. A guy and his 12-year-old son got stranded overnight while hiking in Utah this month. And it was somebody else's abandoned backpack that ended up saving them. They found it on the ground with water, blankets, flares, and a small tent inside.
Are you kidding?
It turned out that a 15-year-old kid named Levi Dittman had left it behind when he got stranded and rescued from the same area last month. Said it's pretty cool knowing the supply kit he'd put together ended up saving someone else's life. So this kid is out there hiking, got stranded, realized, hey, maybe other people are going to come out here and get stranded. I'll leave a bag with a bunch of stuff they might need to get through a night or two. And that's exactly what happened with his father and his son.
I'm insanely grateful that it could help them. That's what the backpack was intended for, was to help someone. I just thought that someone would be me.
What? In the same spot?
Again, maybe a sign that they should put out some signs. This way, dummy. You know, 1 mile to the trailhead or something. Yeah, father and his son reported overdue while hiking on a southern Utah trail. Survived thanks to the gear that had been left by another hiker who had also become lost. Julian Hernandez and his kid in the Red Mountain area near Snow Canyon State Park last week. They were reported missing by family. Search and rescue crews deployed, 7 p.m., late at night, dark, all that stuff, unable to locate them. Member of the search and rescue team later discovered a boot-style footprint in the area where the two were missing, and crews used that to track down the father and the son. They heard someone yelling in their direction, unable to determine where the voices were coming from. Eventually, they were rescued, but made it through the night because of this bag that had water and a tent and some flares and crazy.
I think you're right with the signs. 2 rescues in a month from the same location where people are stranded and they don't know where they're at.
The kid
you are here. How about one of those?
The kid who left the bag, by the way, spent months collecting essential survival supplies for his pack. Thought he wouldn't see it again after he tossed it when he was stuck in the same area back in January. They ended up using night vision and heat goggles and drones and all that stuff. But yeah, this guy's backpack saved the lives of 2 dudes out there in the woods just hiking around, getting lost. But maybe a little bit more signage.
Mm-hmm. Those "You Are Here" ones with the star.
Even like a little bit of spray paint on the tree or something like that. Look for the purple
Go
X.
that way.
Apparently that's a place where everybody's getting lost. Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. We'll get to some Seether and Pop Evil in a couple minutes.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Start your day with Rock Mornings.
Today's show is sponsored by eggs. At $5 a dozen, they become a special occasion food, kind of like barnyard caviar. Eggs.
Barnyard caviar. I haven't looked. I haven't gone to the grocery store. You went this weekend, I'm assuming.
I did go to the grocery store this weekend, and actually we ran yesterday to Quick Trip because I had forgotten eggs at the grocery store.
Okay.
$7 at Quick Trip anyway. You can't get them cheaper than that, and obviously people that have connections with farms and people that have backyard chickens and things like that are, getting those delicious ones that are, straight from the farm. But yeah, they're still expensive.
Eggs are obviously very expensive. A lot of people talking about it, and it's becoming so expensive that they're smuggling eggs in at the southern border. 29% increase in shell eggs being confiscated at ports of entry between October of 2024 and February of this year compared to the same time period last year, according to the U.S. Customs and Border Patrol.
Supply and demand. There's a market for it.
Joaquin Lucan, the executive director of the Smart Border Coalition, said, quote, "It's common practice to get some groceries or medication and cross the border. People may not realize that raw eggs are on the prohibited list." Yeah, people are trying to smuggle eggs over the border. That's how expensive eggs are. They're willing to drive to Mexico to get cheaper eggs and then try to
just bring them back with you.
Is that a smuggled egg in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? The director of field operations said his office has seen an increase in the number of eggs being intercepted at ports of entry. As a reminder, uncooked eggs are prohibited entry from Mexico into the U.S. What if you throw it? Can you get it over the fence?
Maybe.
Failure to declare agricultural items can result in penalties of up to $10,000. Amid an egg shortage, apparently Turkey has promised to step in and help fill the void. I'm not going to try to pronounce his name, but the chairman of the Egg Producers Central Union in Turkey said that a total of 15,000 tons, which is 33 million pounds, based on their measurements, of eggs, equivalent to 700 containers, will be shipped to the U.S. Shipment part of a preliminary agreement between Turkey and the United States that will continue through July of this year. So
have
we're
you
getting
talked to any of your friends with the breakfast places? Like, how's that working for, like,
I know that we saw that, what was it, Waffle House, right? Or was it Waffle House was putting in a surcharge? I think Denny's and maybe IHOP are doing the same thing. Putting stickers on menus, letting people know that the price of eggs is going to increase. I don't know about local restaurants. I'm sure they're dealing with the same thing. They're probably...
Well, it's painful.
Marking their prices up.
When you're dealing with that many eggs on a daily basis. My mom was like, they have eggs every morning at the facility where she's living, and she's like, I don't know how much longer we're going to get the eggs, Gene. They're going to have to charge us more to live here.
Also, eggs are so expensive right now that they're being used to sweeten the deal for home purchasers. Yeah. So when we bought our second house, our real estate agent, Adam, at the signing for all the papers and whatnot at the title company,
had some champagne or something?
No, he showed up with a big box of meat, which was right up my alley from one of the local meat markets, right? I mean, we had ring bologna in there, bacon, all sorts of stuff. It was probably like
warming gift or something?
Yeah, it was like $200 worth of meat in a box. Obviously, he made a pretty good commission selling our house to us. He's a friend of mine as well, so he wanted to say thanks. We've seen real estate signs, free pizza with purchase, right? Kind of jokingly.
This is eggs in your refrigerator?
This is the same damn thing. There's a video going viral now showing a for sale sign outside of a home. But on the sign, they added something that said, free eggs with the purchase of house. The free egg sign seems like it's lower quality than the for sale sign, so it may just be something the TikTok user added to get some likes on the video. But yeah, TikTok user at AaronC97_ driving around town apparently came across the for sale sign outside of a property that was available for purchase that also said free eggs with purchase. How many eggs?
I don't know. Stock up your fridge.
I'm not jonesing for eggs. I mean, like, you know, if I want them, I'll buy them. I know they're $7. I mean, but I can't imagine like trying to run a restaurant, or if you got a bunch of kids and you're putting eggs in this and eggs in that, and you got to bake brownies for school and all that crap.
Well, that's what I was saying with our friends who are running breakfast joints. They're going through a lot of eggs all the time. That has to affect.
I know
our
friend Cheryl, who has a bunch of chickens, is supposed to get us some eggs. What's up, Cheryl? Where are these eggs at? Cheryl actually just texted us and said she's collecting eggs on Wednesday or so for you guys. Said keep it hush on the price. Your secret is safe with me. Thanks, Cheryl. Looking forward to those farm fresh eggs right out of a chicken's ass. It's so weird. See that thing coming out? Eggs. It's Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. We'll get to Pop Evil after Seether.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find the daily podcast at rockmornings.com.
Pop Evil. Footsteps. Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Starting to get bright and sunny outside. Looking at about 50 for a high in the area today. Kind of the same all week.
Looks really, really good.
It does say cloudy in my forecast, but right now it looks like the sun's about to come out. The Bucks beat the Wizards Friday night 104-101. Then they beat Miami yesterday 120-113. They've now won 4 in a row, and they're off tonight before they head to Houston to take on the Rockets tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Badgers ranked 11th. That'll probably change after they lost to unranked Oregon on Saturday in overtime. 77-73. That snaps their 5-game winning streak. They're at home against unranked Washington tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. That game will be on Peacock. The Four Nations face-off championship game between the U.S. and Canada last Thursday night.
Yeah.
Marking the largest audience for a hockey game ever on ESPN. Canada, of course, over the U.S. in overtime 3-2. Got 9.3 million viewers with a 10.4 million viewers at its peak. Also the largest audience for a non-NFL event on ESPN+. The hard part about this is the NHL is going to try to milk this thing for all it's worth.
What do you
Much
mean?
like, well,
yeah.
The outdoor game, no, you don't, no. The outdoor game was cool. And then it was like outdoor everywhere. And it stopped being cool. It stopped being unique and interesting. They started putting it in Major League Baseball ballparks. They're trying to do it in Florida and Dallas and places where ice isn't, prevalent in the wintertime. It's like, and then it just sort of lost its coolness. And that's what they're going to do with this. They're going to hump this dead horse until it's dead a second time.
Wait, how many times can you do the Four Nation thing, though?
But they'll try to do something along this line. You know what I mean? They'll try to. There's the hockey at the Olympics is coming up, obviously, so they're going to try to capitalize on this somehow. No doubt about it. Major announcement in Major League Baseball on Friday as the Yankees decided that players can have beards. So for decades, the Yankees clean-shaven. Baseball players that played for New York had to be clean-shaven. You probably didn't realize that.
I did not.
But the announcement made by the Yankees on Friday morning that players would be allowed to grow a, quote, well-groomed beard, sending shockwaves through the sport.
Really?
The rule instituted in 1976 by then-owner George Steinbrenner had been maintained for more than a decade and a half since his death, and his son, Hal Steinbrenner, apparently showed no signs of relenting, but they decided to change course and allow well-groomed beards starting now. So if you've always wondered what Aaron Judge looked like with a weird mustache,
you might see some facial hair in the dugout this summer.
I don't think they're going to allow players to have long hair, though. That's the other thing. I think they have to still maintain like a shorter haircut. I don't know, dude. You're going to pay me millions and billions of dollars? I'll cut it whatever way you want it, bro. Whatever you want. You want me to have a mohawk? We'll go mohawks.
Want me to
have it one? Want it down the middle here? I'll do that. Whatever you need. You want the friar tuck? We'll go that route. Whatever, man. And a very touching moment on Saturday night, the Chicago Blackhawks Columbus Blue Jackets game. Johnny Gaudreau's son in attendance, celebrating his birthday.
And I tell you what, today is a very special birthday for a very special young man. Little baby Johnny Gaudreau Jr. He turns 1 year old today. There he is. Little Johnny. All right, Jackets fans, Blackhawks fans, let's join me in singing happy birthday to Johnny. You ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday. job, everybody. Happy birthday, little buddy.
Oh, man.
Dude.
Stick
what?
taps. Everybody's singing the whole 9 yards. Obviously, a 1-year-old kid's not going to realize what the hell's going on, but
no, but
later
they'll
in
have
life,
a video for him.
Later in life, that'll be a big moment for him. And of course, mom there and other family members, and very emotional. During a stoppage of play, fans at Nationwide Arena encouraged to band together to sing happy birthday to the 1-year-old, and they were obviously more than happy to oblige. Pretty cool moment. Kill Switch Engage is coming up in just a few minutes, so don't go anywhere.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Weekdays, 6 to 9.
Kill Switch Engage with I Believe on Rock Mornings. Brian and Gene. Got Queens of the Stone Age coming up. It's World Bartender Day.
So tip your bartenders?
Tip your bartender. Yep, tip, always. Always. Are you a tip per drink, or if you're going to be drinking a lot, do you tip once and then say that's enough?
It depends. If I'm leaving my card, running a tab on my card, then I'll tip at the end. Otherwise, per drink.
Yeah. Yeah, cash. The only time that I'll tip a large sum of money that isn't at the end with a tab is if it's really busy and you want to get the bartender's attention. Order a beer and then you tip more and you say, thank you very much. And then they'll probably look for you. Like, oh, that's that guy that tips really well. But always tip your bartender. Also, National Trading Card Day. National Tortilla Chip Day. Some queso, some salsa. And I Hate Coriander Day. Hell did coriander do to you?
Yeah, I don't know.
I Hate Coriander Day. We got Second Floor Sarah coming down to join us a little bit after 8 o'clock. Talk to her about what she did this past weekend.
And it feels like spring. That snow is melting fast.
Yeah, going to be in the 50s pretty much all week, or right around 50. So expect a lot of melting, a lot of mess.
It was it was warmer than freezing on my way to work this morning. It didn't even freeze on the overnight. So I know they were talking about by the end of this week, ice could be thin in areas too. So to be careful about that.
Thinking about going out on the ice. Where do you brush your teeth?
At the bathroom sink.
Every time?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
During the week, I brush my teeth at the bathroom sink upstairs because I get in here so early and I have some coffee and then I want to brush my teeth before I start talking.
I do know that some people do it in the shower.
On the weekends, it's in the shower. Saturday, Sunday morning, get up, have some coffee, do some work, and then before I go about my daily activities, take a shower, brush my teeth in the shower. But for the most part, it's in a sink or at a sink or in the shower, one of the two. 71% of people in a recent survey that asked people where they brush their teeth said in front of a mirror at the sink. 20% of people say they walk around the house.
I've done that.
Occasionally.
And it's mostly because somebody else is, can I use the bathroom quick? So then I'm walking around then I'm
might be a timing
thing in the kitchen
too, right?
kind of thing.
It's supposed to be 2 minutes, right? So maybe it's a timing thing.
I'm going to go do this other thing, turn my coffee pot on or whatever.
3% of people say they sit somewhere.
Got to take it to take a break. Got to
edge of the bed, maybe
chill out.
And another 3% say they sit on the toilet, so they're multitasking. I don't want to brush my teeth and poop or pee at the same time. It's kind of weird. Brushing in the shower, by the way, in this survey was not an option.
That seems weird because that feels like
it's an easy way to get everything done.
That is common.
Yeah. My wife actually was like, how do you brush with the hot water? I'm like, I don't know. It's just water. Whether it's hot or cold. I mean, it's not like I'm brushing with boiling hot water. It's just water out of the tap, essentially. But yeah, most people, of course, brush in front of the mirror.
Or have a little travel one available at work.
Yeah. You don't brush when you get up, right? Or do you brush before you leave for work?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. See, I don't. I get up, I shower, and then I brush after I get here and have some coffee, and then before the rest of my day gets going.
No, that is the second thing I do.
Bathroom?
I wet my hair down first because I take a shower the night before. generally speaking. So I put it under the faucet so I can do something with it so it's not all crazy. And then I brush my teeth.
Do you not shower in the morning?
Not usually. I usually shower at night before I go to bed.
All right. You brush before you go to bed too? Or?
Yes.
Okay. So you just put your head under the sink, huh?
Yep.
Every morning?
Pretty much.
And then you check your fridge?
That's on my way out when I make my lunch and do my coffee.
All right. Yeah, going to be nice this week. 48-ish today, somewhere in that vicinity. Same thing the next couple of days, maybe into the 50s later on this week. Going to be really nice. I don't see enough people with their windows down as they're driving by, though. It's kind of
by
freaking
this
me out.
afternoon. Woo.
Big time. Queens of the Stone Age, no one knows.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
STP, Vaseline, Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. And Second Floor Sarah going to join us a bit later on, talk about what she did this weekend, see what's happening in our area this week. I know what's happening. Weather's improving.
Yeah, spring baseball, too. That's exciting.
Yeah.
It's a kind of
Wet.
combination, this warm weather and then watching baseball.
Definitely going to be getting out and enjoying the nice weather this week with high temps hovering right in that 50 range. A lot of melting. Mucky mess in the backyard. You can go out there and pick up frozen dog poo. Tried to do some of that yesterday.
I'm going to wait. That's too much. That is too much right now.
Yeah.
Give it some time to dry out. But I am going to go for a walk, hopefully, with the dogs later today.
Definitely.
Windows open for a little bit yesterday.
yeah.
Let some fresh air in the house.
Yep. Definitely let some fresh air in. The fresh air must have been like a drug to our puppy, Remy. She went nuts running around the house. Zoomies all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to eat everything and bite everyone and wrestle with anyone. It's just crazy. At one point, I ended up, there's these, toys that she has, and they're kind of like Stretch Armstrong, where it looks like it's a furry green animal, whatever. It's got a head and a body, and then the arms are like really long, and so are the legs. And so I like to tie those around the dog, whether it's around the neck or around the waist or whatever, and then they try to run around, and yeah, it's fun to watch. It's solid entertainment when the NASCAR race is on a caution lap or something like that. Get a little enjoyment out of the dog acting like a fool.
Well, this will be your first spring. She'll be excited about that.
Oh, yeah. She doesn't seem to mind the snow either. I got her out there yesterday. Like I said, I was trying to pick up dog poop in the morning, and there was still quite a bit of snow on the ground, and she'll run around and go crazy in the snow. Obviously, yesterday the temperature was a little bit nicer, but...
Wait till the baby rabbits and the baby squirrels and the baby all the things.
And we got them underneath our deck, so she's going to go crazy. Yeah, we'll see. Bad news, heavy music coming up later on. If you need something, find us online, rockmornings.com. We'll get to Green Day in just a bit.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Weekdays from 6 a.m. until 9 a.m.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Green Day. When I come around. O'Shea Jackson Jr., 34. He's Ice Cube's kid. Also played Ice Cube in Straight Outta Compton. Who better to play Ice Cube than Ice Cube's son?
Looks just like him.
Also was in Cocaine Bear, and he's in that 50 Cent heist movie, Den of Thieves.
Dude, that Cocaine Bear was better than I thought it was going to be.
Told
it was
you.
so awful. It was great.
Cocaine Bear.
So great.
O'Shea Jackson Jr., 34. Daniel Kaluuya is 36. He is in some of the Jordan Peele films, including Get Out and Nope.
Yo. Sorry, man. Get out! Yo!
Black Panther, a whole bunch of others. Yeah. Our very own mid-pack legend, Mr. Technicality, Car 54, Billy Doc Niles, a.k.a. Mr. Fister, hashtag Mr. Fister, is 60 years old today. Happy birthday, Doc.
Nothing says you can't slip one in without saying anything.
There he is, all the way from Florida. Having a good time with his pulled pork, according to Shorty. Shorty said he enjoyed some pulled pork. And I said Doc
did.
pulls his pork all the time.
Loves it.
Loves pulling his pork. Doc is 60 years old today. Kitty Foreman, Deborah Jo Rupp, 74. Before she was Kitty Foreman on That 70s Show, she was Jerry Seinfeld's personal assistant, right?
She's so funny on that show.
Deborah Jo Rupp. George Thorogood, 75.
Little bad to the bone. Bad to the bone. Bad.
He's bad, like Gene and Linda
Blair.
Linda Blair. The World Heart Foundation. Rupert Holmes is 78 years old today. Do you know who Rupert Holmes is?
I don't think 78. If you like pina colada, that guy.
That guy. Yeah, Rupert Holmes.
78.
The genius behind Escape, the Pina Colada song, is 78 years old today. Abe Vigoda, born on this day in 1921. He died in 2016. He was in The Godfather, Barney Miller, Snickers commercial back in the day, Super Bowl. Steve Jobs, Apple guy, 1955 to 2011. Born on this day in 1955. February 24th, 1868, 157 years ago today, Andrew Johnson becoming the first president to be impeached. Wouldn't be the last, but he was the first. He took office after Lincoln got assassinated. He was hit with 11 articles of impeachment, mostly because he fired someone that the Senate had confirmed. 1975, Led Zeppelin releasing their 6th studio album, Physical Graffiti.
Good one.
Houses of the Holy.
Yep. Good one, really.
Trampled Underfoot, 10 Years Gone, Kashmir, just to name a few. Those guys were pretty good at making rock and roll.
They were.
Yeah, they were.
Definition.
Hammer of the Gods. 1992, 33 years ago today, Kurt Cobain, married Courtney Love. 2 years later, of course, Kurt took his own life.
Ugh.
And 11 years ago, in 2014, comedic genius Harold Ramis died at the age of 69. He was a writer, director, actor. He was in Ghostbusters.
I collect spores, molds, and fungus.
Animal House, Meatballs, Stripes, Caddyshack, National Lampoon's Vacation, Groundhog Day. Analyze this. Yeah. Harold Ramis. One of the greats. Happy birthday, Doc. I know he's probably not listening.
Probably not. Probably sleeping in. Spent the night by the pool, maybe.
Maybe he's already up having a bloody in the pool.
Maybe he is.
Maybe for his birthday, Dirty Dan Dyker's rubbing his feet.
Okay, that's enough.
We'll get to, what?
Probably enough.
We'll get to some Foo Fighters in a bit. Plus, Second Floor Sarah is going to join us next to talk about what she did this weekend and take a look ahead and see what's going on this week in our area.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Start your day with Rock Mornings.
Just after 8 o'clock on Monday mornings, we're joined in studio by our friend Second Floor Sarah. T-shirt today.
Yeah, T-shirt.
Nice.
50 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
T-shirt weather.
I almost showed up in shorts today. It was so nice.
Yeah, it's warm out.
It was super warm. I went let my puppy outside this morning, and I was like, I don't even need real pants today.
Nope.
I didn't wear real pants
Alas,
today either.
here I am.
What'd you do this weekend?
Did a little ice fishing on Saturday because it was so nice.
Probably going to be the last weekend for that, huh? The ice starts to...
I would think so. But
Give
also
out.
Celebrated National Margarita Day on the ice, so that was fun.
So you brought margaritas out onto the ice while you were ice fishing?
Oh, yeah.
What'd you
Why not?
catch? What'd you bring out of the water?
I didn't catch anything, but they were catching little sunfish and stuff like that. So I'm going to be totally honest. I caught a buzz. That's what I caught.
Sure.
So.
Yeah. Were you in a shanty or were you guys just sitting on buckets or what?
Buckets, coolers.
Yeah.
You didn't catch one fish?
No, I didn't try very hard either, but...
Jeez.
It was more about the experience. Being outside, hanging out with everybody.
We got to hook you up with Office Cora because she wanted to go out ice fishing and she was wondering if there was like
She
a
didn't
way
know
to
how
rent a shanty or something along those lines.
She never been?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Well, and
Yeah, hook her up.
I told her, I said, maybe rather than renting and trying to do all that yourself, you sort of tag along with someone who's got all the equipment already.
Right.
And you just sort of play second fiddle, and you just see how it works before you go out and try to...
Just bring an extra bucket out. She can sit down.
Well, yeah, and I said to her, I'm like, if you're going to be the tag-along, the third wheel or whatever, then you bring the snacks and the drinks, and they'll happily invite you out on the ice.
Fair. That's such a fair thing.
So we got to hook you and Office Cora up, see if you guys can... I don't know what the ice fishing situation is going to be the next couple of weeks. It looks like it's going to cool off next week, but...
Yeah.
So margaritas, ice fishing, and that's it, huh?
Yeah, did a little bar hopping, did a little cleaning, did a little grocery shopping.
No
Nothing
Costco.
too exciting.
For someone who ranted and raved and went crazy and psycho about their Christmas present being a Costco membership, you don't mention going to Costco very often.
I haven't been able to go.
It's like
I
March,
haven't been able to
dude.
go.
What are you doing?
I know. I've gone a couple times, but I haven't really done like a big Costco haul yet.
Can I pretend
everybody says you're like obsessed with Costco.
I
You
am.
got like a Costco tattoo.
am.
But
No,
you
I
can't be
don't.
obsessed if you're not going to Costco and buying Costco things.
That's why they just need to build one around here, so I don't have to travel to Eau Claire and do it.
Well, I get it. It's a drive, but it gives you an excuse to go somewhere and do something on it. We can make an excursion out of it. Like, let's go see what the bar sitch is up there. Let's go to Ray's
Then
place.
I'd have to Ray's. That's
Yeah.
your bar of choice.
Don't you dare say a negative
Oh
word
my
about Ray's
gosh.
place and their wonderful
That's
sandwiches.
your bar of choice. Have you ever had the split pea soup? That used to be my grandpa's favorite. I used to go there all the time.
See, now you're talking. For someone who poo-pooed it immediately, as soon as I said it, you
Well,
sure
it's
come
not-
around when you talk about
I'm
split
not
pea
going to go
soup.
to hang out there, but
Why not? They got a jukebox, they got dartboards, they got old dudes watching the Brewer game, they got those delicious sandwiches with that mustard. Oh my God.
yeah, it's
That's my
everything.
jam.
Everything you need about a dive bar, I guess.
So Ella and I are traveling.
Sorry,
down
I'm
to-
not so fancy schmancy like you people that got Costco memberships.
We are traveling down to Madison this week, Friday, because the school thing or whatever, and they have a Costco. Can I take your membership and like assume your personality? Like, do I have to?
Are there cops at Costco
Yeah,
that'll
that's what I'm
like catch
saying.
you and put you in
do-
Costco jail?
They do make you scan the card. Some Costcos make you show them your card directly, and others just make you scan it.
Does the card have your picture on it?
The card doesn't have my picture on it,
I mean,
but
you
when
guys
they
are close enough.
But when
I'm
they,
thinking.
You're
but when
women
they
and you got glasses.
Scan it, I don't know if my picture pops up. You could try it. I'm certainly not opposed to that.
Okay. All right. Good. I might.
I don't
might
know
do
what
that
they'd
then.
say. I don't know what they do.
Somebody told me yesterday, Wilson's Bar and Grill in Madison apparently is where you got to go if you want a dive bar
Wilson's.
experience.
Got it. All right. I
Yeah.
don't know if I'm going there with Ella, but thanks. Good.
Oh,
Good
that's
to
right.
know.
Your daughter, highfalutin. Can't take her anywhere.
Oh, and 18 versus 21.
It's a bar in Wisconsin. You can bring babies in there. You can bring dogs in there. You can bring anybody in there. Nobody cares.
Right. All right.
Newborn, 18. What's the difference? All the same.
Doesn't matter. I mean, as long as you're not. Yeah, and she's with you, so it's like legal in Wisconsin, right? Isn't that the law? You can buy her
so.
drinks. You can feed her alcohol.
Yeah.
Sure, a good time at Wilson's.
Yeah.
All right. Second floor, Sarah in studio talking about stuff that's happening in our area this week. What is going on?
Friday, head over to where I currently live now, Fountain City area, for Miko at the Brothel Bar.
So bingo with meat.
Bingo with meat.
So instead
Win
of
some
winning
meat.
Heck, you win meat.
Heck yeah.
Is it standard bingo, I'm assuming?
I think so. I think you got to pay for your card, obviously, when you
Yeah.
get there. But I think they do a couple different rounds. I know Blackout is always the last round, and you win, I think, the pot for the Blackout.
And
But
where is this at in Fountain?
the Brothel Bar. It's actually off
Brothel
at County Road M, so outside of Fountain City.
And what time does that
Technically,
start on Friday?
7 p.m.
That's nice. That's nice.
Mhm.
A little
yeah,
later.
nice, good start time. Does take a long time, though, so if you're going to get there early, grab a seat. Gets pretty packed up
All
there,
right.
so... Another thing going on, go support the Polar Plunge on Saturday. If you aren't planning to do that already, Black River Beach. That starts at 8:30. Goes till 12:30, it says online. So I did that last year. I'm not doing it this year, but definitely
Was
a
that
good
your
time to
only
go
time
hang
doing
out.
the polar plunge?
Yeah, and it was warm, and I'm never going to do it again because it was so warm, and I'm never going to get another year like that.
Well, I don't know. It's going to be
This
very
year it's going to be like
This
60
year's
on
supposed to be-
Saturday.
Yeah, that's true. My plunging buddies don't work here anymore, so I wasn't going to do it by myself. But unless you were going to do it with me, Brian.
No, I'm not putting all this in the water.
Sharks
good.
in there, you know.
No, it's not sharks. I'm not worried about sharks. It's just the inability to see the bottom. Thankfully, with a polar plunge,
You
it's
never
generally...
go like under your head. Like,
just running
There's
in.
an old guy, when I used to do it years ago, there was an old guy. He would go under the water as soon as he could, and he'd swim all the way underneath the water to the fence, and then he'd turn around and come back, and then he'd spring up, and yeah, he swam underwater the whole entire time.
I'm not doing that. Well, if you're not into the polar plunge, Saturday at Features and Home, and they're doing bingo, and that starts at 1 p.m.
Bingo and meat go. All right, so lots of ways to win stuff. James in Altoona, you have enraged one of our listeners in the Altoona area. Best hot beef ever. Anybody can fight me. I can't believe you said a negative thing about Ray's place.
You would take your grandpa there? Your grandpa would take you there?
My grandpa would go there.
You go to bars where you got to fit through a hole in the wall to get a free drink, and then you're going to talk to me and talk smack about Ray's?
I'm not talking smack. I'm generally curious why that's your bar of choice. When you go
Well,
to a
I
club.
haven't spent a ton of time In Eau Claire proper. And when I do go there, it's to hit the breweries usually. And Ray's was a place we went, and I fell in love with it immediately.
If you want to go to a good dive bar, you got to go south of Eau Claire. It's called the Hide-A-While Bar, and that's in Rock Falls.
Rock Falls? All right, I'll check it out. Have you ever been, speaking of dive bars, have you ever been to the Plywood Palace in Mauquois?
Yeah.
All right.
Have you really?
Yeah.
You write your name on the wall?
My brother lives up in that area,
Okay.
so it's not far from his house.
It is the diviest bar in the state of Wisconsin.
It's
hands
very
down.
divey.
I've
It's
never,
very divey.
I haven't been to all of them, but I will say the ones that I have been to, nothing beats the Plywood Palace.
There's a lot of bars up there. You'll just be driving down the road. There's nothing but trees on both sides, and then all of a sudden there's a building.
Oh, well, yeah,
It's like,
somebody's house that they
all right.
turn into a bar because it's on a snowmobile path or it's out
Yeah.
by a deer trail or
One
something.
of my best friends did that. She owns a bar up in Ella, Wisconsin. You should take Ella to Ella, Gene.
I should. That's what I should do.
I'm sure she'll love it with no cell service and no Wi-Fi and
Growing
no
up, that
electricity.
used to be their garage, and now it's a bar. So it's kind of a fun Twisted Sister Saloon is what it's called.
Awesome.
Our friend Brenda texted in and said her Costco card has her picture on it.
Damn it.
Oh, mine does not have a picture on it, I don't think. I'll have to double check.
It's close enough, right? We're close enough.
Just dye your hair
you're
brown.
both girls
for the...
with glasses. Who would think you were two different people? Nobody. You have very similar personalities. You're both very annoying. You talk too much. You breathe up all the air. It's like crazy.
We'll look into it.
Jason texted in and said, I found Ray's place 20 years ago. Best lunch in EC. No doubt. I'm telling you, man, that hot beef with the mustard, it was blow your mind. And you're over here poo-pooing.
I'm not saying the food's bad. I'm just saying if you're going to hang out somewhere, it's not my...
What's wrong with hanging out at Ray's? It may not be your place. You don't have to treat it like trash.
Yeah, I'm not treating it like trash.
Trying to
Putting
get-
words into my mouth.
We're trying to get advertisers
This is
here,
a
you know?
toxic environment.
Yeah. She's not coming back.
Second floor, Sarah, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Always a pleasure to have you in studio on Mondays just after 8 a.m. We'll get to the friggin' sports after Foo Fighters.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find the daily podcast at rockmornings.com.
The Foo Fighters, Monkey Wrench on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. The friggin' sports brought to you by Pants.
Who's wearing pants?
Everybody's talking about my tight pants.
Is this the see-through MLB pants from last
No.
year?
They seem to have fixed that because I haven't heard any
the
complaints
Nike
about it.
see-through bulgy Brewer pants. It was baseball pants.
So bulgy.
It was very.
No, these are, do you remember the chess guy who wouldn't take his jeans off and change into pants and they got mad at him? This is the same guy that got accused of putting stuff up his butt to win chess matches?
Yes.
Then, like, months later, he was at some kind of thing and he had jeans on and they said, you can't wear jeans while you're playing chess. And he refused to, like, take the jeans off or change or whatever. It's the most goofiest thing. Now you can own a piece, a truly unique piece of chess history.
His pants?
Is there such a thing as chess history? While also supporting a charitable cause. Grandmaster Magnus Carlsen recently announced the auction of the famous pair of jeans that led to his forfeit at the FIDE World Rapid Championship back in December of last year. The highest bidder will take home Carlsen's unwashed pair of jeans.
What?
And support the Big Brothers Big Sisters organization.
Well, that's a good thing to do, but the rest.
The jeans gained worldwide notoriety during last year's World Rapid Chess Championship in December. At the time, the tournament arbiter approached Carlsen and asked him to change into another pair of pants to abide by the tournament's dress code. Carlsen was first fined $200 and then, still refusing to change between rounds, was not paired to play the final round of the day after a heated argument with the organizers. The world number one, and at the time the Rapid World Champion, decided to forfeit the tournament. And now those pants that he was wearing, those jeans, could be yours.
When I was 12 years old, I was with a friend, and I was playing Title Tuesday. He started giving me the moves. This happened once in an online tournament. I was just a child. I'm admitting this, and I'm saying my truth because I do not want any misrepresentation. I am proud of myself that I learned from that mistake and now have given everything to chess. I have sacrificed everything for chess, and I do everything I can to improve.
this guy.
I'm making sorry. Basically, I wanted to gain some rating. You know, I just wanted to get higher rated so I could play stronger players. So I cheated in random games on chess.com.
That sounds like a guy who will not take his pants off to play chess.
That guy sounds like somebody I don't ever want to talk to. That guy sounds
Magnus Carlsen auctioning off his jeans. I have no idea what the going rate is for a pair of unwashed jeans of a chess champion.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Not quite sure where you can get for a pair of unwashed jeans from Magnus Carlsen.
I'm pretty good in the pants department.
Thank you, Shaw.
That guy's pants. You can have them.
You can
Nobody's
wear them around
telling
the
him
house.
where to wear his pants or not wear his pants.
Wearing my pants wherever I want to wear them.
Pants on the gram, looking like a fool with your pants on the gram.
That is old. Pants on the ground. But if it benefits the Big Brothers Big Sisters charities, then it's for a good cause, and you get to own a.
That's the nice part. But the rest is like
you get to own a piece of chess history.
that guy. I was given my whole life to the game of chess.
He has, yeah.
I know.
And now
It's
he's
a whole
giving
life.
his now he's
So-
giving
and
his
his
pants.
pants.
He's giving up his pants. The friggin' sports brought to you by Pants, chess pants, special chest pants. Yeah, it's like some restaurants, right? They require you to have a jacket, right? You got to.
Yeah, there's dress codes at certain places, a tie
Apparently,
or
you
something.
can't wear jeans at a
That
chess championship.
bar we went to in London where the guy came over to us and said, if you ever come back here again, you got to dress better. There's a dress code here.
That's where
And
you
we're
had
like,
your
we're never coming
martini,
back.
your
Yes,
special martini that you
right.
like
And
so
we were
much.
like, yeah, we're only here.
Your Vector or whatever.
one time. Vesper.
Vesper. Yeah. Lincoln Park and Falling in Reverse coming up, plus bad news, happy music right around the corner.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Weekdays, 6 to 9.
You're about to enter a beautiful, exciting, wonderful new world.
A cockroach living in your nostril.
Now that's just nasty.
Add in some haven't pooped for 30 days.
Poop is raining from the ceilings. Poop.
And sprinkle in some hashtag Florida Man for flavor.
Florida man.
Florida man.
Florida man.
Florida man. Florida man.
Florida man.
Florida man quits his Burger King job, steals all of their chicken nuggets.
It's bad news.
Bad news.
With happy music.
Let's rock.
Going to start in Massachusetts. There's a reason they call them massholes.
Uh-oh.
Because they do stuff like this. Look, this could be any bar in any town in any city in any state in America. But the fact that it comes from Beverly, Mass., which I'm very familiar with. In fact, my very good friend Brian is from Beverly, Mass., and I've been to this bar. Makes it better for me. I don't know why.
Well, because you have this connection, an actual tie-in to
Authorities are asking for the public's help finding a man accused of mistaking a local bar room for a restroom. According to Beverly Police, the patron, pictured in the story, turned a local drinking establishment into his personal bathroom by urinating all over the bar and floor.
Oh, gee. Walked in and just...
Not only is this disgusting, but it's also incredibly disrespectful to the staff and patrons.
Were they open for business?
Yeah,
Like they were there?
there's other people there. Yeah. Look, obviously this guy got overserved, had to go really bad, and he kind of walked up to the bar where, it hangs over and kind of hides your business a little bit. But there's security cameras and people everywhere, and he just sort of unzipped and did his business.
Thought it was a urinal?
Let's keep our local establishments a place for good times, not biohazard cleanups. Beverly Police Department also posting on Facebook that an update has been made. The male party has been identified. Thank you all.
Oh, they found him.
Oh, they tracked him down. Yep. Again, the bar's kind of hanging over him. The chairs are there. He's got his beer. Looks like he's got a menu open. Maybe looking to order a burger or something. And he's got one hand on his wiener. And he's peeing all over the floor. Thankfully, they were able to identify the man.
I got one hand on my wiener.
Track his ass down. This is in Olympia, Washington.
Beautiful area.
A woman called 911 last Sunday at 9:47 p.m.
Sasquatch?
After a guy crashed into her parked car.
Oh.
She said he seemed drunk, and he was. Breathalyzer, courtesy of the police, not the woman, clocked him at .31, almost 4 times the legal limit. Cops arrested him, released him the next day. Then a few hours later, he did it again at the same spot at the same exact time. Cops dispatched to the very same intersection at 9:47 p.m.
Way. This
The only
guy's got
difference
a
was he
MO.
didn't hit a car this time. He crashed into a tree stump in someone's yard. The same 2 cops that got him the first night arrested him again when he blew a .03.
What?
2 nights in a row. The judge upping his bail to $50,000. Sheriff posted about it on Facebook, said that he's not sure the duplicate crimes like that have ever happened in the history of modern policing.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
2 nights in a row.
Crashes into the same street, same intersection, same time.
Yep.
He's definitely got a schedule.
Yep.
I go to work, and then I go celebrate, and then I drive this route home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Bad news.
This is odd. This guy, I don't know if I quite get what's going on here. Hold on one sec. Let me find it. So, all right, follow me on this.
Trying to.
Okay. Earlier this month, some thieves stole a backpack from a guy in France. So we're not going to understand a lot about the rules and the regulations and the laws because it's obviously different than America. His wallet inside the backpack. The thieves then went to a convenience store, used his credit card to buy some smokes and some scratch-off tickets. And that's when things get interesting. The thieves won a huge jackpot on one of the scratchers.
Oh, no, you are kidding.
Which was worth more than $500,000 American dollars. The cashier said they boasted about the win and were very excited. They left without their smokes. That's how excited they were. They didn't even take the smokes. They're like, holy crap, we got to get the hell out of here. So they scratched the scratcher in the store, won, made a big scene, and then left the store. Nobody has come forward with the winning ticket yet, which obviously makes sense because if it was bought with a stolen credit card, then the thieves would essentially be turning themselves in.
Uh-huh.
So the owner of the backpack and the wallet and the credit card went to the press and offered the thieves a deal. Again, this is in France. I don't know how they do things over there, but it sounds kind of backwards. He's now offering to split the winnings with the thieves if they just give him back all of his stuff. He says he'll decline to press charges. They'll get the other half of the jackpot. Pretty sweet deal, right? The guy's explanation apparently is very simple. He says, quote, without me, they would not have won, but without them, I would not have bought this ticket. I want to offer them to share the winnings.
So he wants half of $500,000. He'd like $250,000 and my stuff back.
Apparently they're on
Please?
the clock.
They got to turn it in by...
Well, I guess in France, you only have 30 days to turn in the winning ticket to claim your winnings. He is working with a lawyer who tells the thieves that they will risk nothing by coming forward, but technically it's unclear if they'd be able to take their share and just ride off into the sunset. I don't know if the cops would have any say in that. But there's a lawyer named Steve Leto talking about whether the person that got their stolen credit card could, in theory, get the lottery winnings from the thieves.
The question is, unjust enrichment is an equitable doctrine that requires a party to make restitution to another if they've been enriched at the other party's expense. Would a court say the person who stole the money, the wallet, had they done that at the other party's expense? And I can see a judge going, yes. In fact, the payment of the ticket was the other party's expense. Well, that's at their expense, and they've been enriched. There you go.
What?
I don't know. Again, I had listened to that this morning, and I had a hard time figuring out what the hell he was saying. Lawyer speak. That is obviously a U.S. attorney answering as if this occurred in the United States. So I don't know what the legality is in France or whatever, but This guy had his backpack stolen. They used his credit card to buy some scratchers, which
It ended up winning.
Which I don't think you can do in America, right? Can you use a card for scratchers?
You can use a debit. I don't think you can use a credit.
Okay, that's what I thought. Because, like,
You have to have a PIN number. You have to be able to enter a PIN.
they want actual money out of your account, as opposed to, hey, I promised to pay
I
this.
promise I'm going to pay it back as soon as I win the lottery. That I'll be making
Yeah.
payments on that.
That's how
what
all
I'm
the
gonna
gamblers do.
Yeah.
Speaking of gamblers, this guy, what an idiot. I don't know what the hell this guy's doing. I don't know how the hell he won this jackpot. I don't know how the hell you ban yourself from a casino, but this guy did it, and he won a jackpot, and now he can't get his money. Big, stupid idiot. A 46-year-old man won a $57,000 jackpot at a Pennsylvania casino earlier this month. It's not bad. Nice little chunk of change.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently the guy's not going to get any of it because he was banned from the casino by himself. So this must be like for people who have an addiction, right? You can say to the casino, look, man,
I'm banned from here.
I have to ban I can't, like, the only way for me to stop gambling is for me to ban myself. So don't
let me in.
But how did he get in and win? That's what,
Well, maybe he had a mustache. It's a crazy mustache.
Pennsylvania has a self-exclusion list which allows people with a gambling problem to block themselves from betting. They can voluntarily ban themselves from the casinos, online gaming, and even fantasy sports. You can exclude yourself for different amounts of times, like months, years, or forever. This guy had the self-excluded for life going on. So he's like, don't ever let me in here.
I'm not supposed to be here. And then he was in, he snuck in, and then he won.
So not only was he denied the $57,000 jackpot, but he was also cited for trespassing at the casino because he put himself on the list. It's like the weirdest thing. I mean, casinos have a ton of security, right?
Yeah.
And if you self-excluded yourself for life, what the hell are you doing going in? You know you can't get your stupid money, you big dumb idiot.
They have an option of 1 year, 5 years, or a lifetime ban. It is enforced if they enter a casino while on the list with penalties for trespassing, and that includes a fine, and also forfeiture of all winnings achieved during the visit.
So I guess I don't know, maybe they had a show. He went to see a band, and he was having some drinks, and he wandered over to the slots. What are you doing?
Sounds like he just sneaks in. Did he know that if he ever won, he wouldn't be able to keep any of it, or was he just trying to? Maybe he didn't understand that part about it.
I don't know. It's very strange. That, by the way, was Doug Harbach of the Pennsylvania Gaming County Control Board talking about what the self-excluded ban is all about. So you put yourself on the ban, you know you got the ban for life, and yet you still went into the casino that you banned yourself from, played one, and now you got no money and you got cited for trespassing. Well, I tell you, I don't have it so bad. I got to be honest. As bad as I think my spooky spin addiction is, it's not that bad.
That guy's got...
It's not that bad. Not that bad.
I can't be anywhere in this building. Please don't let me in.
Kudos to him.
No, I know. That's what
Bro,
I'm
I got a
saying.
problem. Don't let me in here. Ban me for life.
But then I go in there?
Yes, I would like one gambling dollar, please. What are you doing? They must not stop you, right? They must just wait for you to, they just let everybody in, and, it's not our job to weed them out. I guess. I don't know. Last but not least, this guy. You got to be careful when you have an inflatable girlfriend. Plastic, flammable, highly flammable. Maybe it's filled with some sort of inert gas as opposed to just the air out of your lungs.
She was a helium-filled doll?
I have no idea. Maybe he had some kind of special nitrogen helium gas mix. I have no idea what he pumped her up with. A college kid in China is making headlines after he accidentally started his dorm room on fire while trying to hide his sex doll from a roommate. Apparently had his inflatable girlfriend out when his roommate came home early, unannounced. Didn't know he was going to walk through the door.
Oh, no. Oh.
The story doesn't make it clear if he was in the middle of a session or if she was just very surprised to see the roommate.
Oh, roommate's home. Oh.
Apparently, he snuck her into a hallway and tried to destroy the evidence by setting it on fire. So he didn't just like throw it away and it got stuck on a heater. He tried to like burn the evidence. The hallway filled with smoke, which set off the fire alarm.
Yeah, of course. Why would you burn her? Why wouldn't you pop her?
And so instead of just the roommate finding out, everybody in the dorm room found out. Security guard calling the fire department. No one was hurt. Didn't cause a ton of damage, but this guy now can't go to college at that school anymore.
You don't burn her. You just pop her and shove her.
Who in 2025 is still banging inflatable
Those
plastic
sex-
dolls? Those things look pointy and sharp and ouch.
Not sexy. And you know what? They're giant, too. If you're trying to hide something in your dorm room, does that guy not know about fleshlights? That seems like you could just shove that in a desk drawer or something.
The fleshlight is an investment.
It's
even the lower brands, which I don't know if you want to clamp onto your wiener. It's still an expensive, and you're a college kid and you're struggling.
But they got a whole big doll and you don't want your
Maybe
roommate
he got it at a party or something and he just, and it was a gag gift and now all of a sudden people are banging their phones and stuff now.
Well, that's, again, very small. You can put that in your desk drawer and hide it from your roommate. This doll, what are you going to do with it? What was his plan?
There's plenty of DIY fleshlights out there too. There's lots of that on the internet. You don't need to go the blow up route.
And sneak out of your room and then try to burn her up? That guy, that's a 19-year-old boy that panicked. He doesn't know what he's doing about anything.
Right.
He doesn't know what he's doing about anything.
I came home once and my roommate was right in the middle of it. Fell asleep. Must not have been a good session. I was with my girlfriend at the time. Thought he was awake. Lights were on underneath his door. Heard the TV. Walked around. There was a room, like you had to go through like a middle room to go to his bedroom. And walked in and he's just... Sleeping with it right in his hand. Oh, snap. Yeah. Girlfriend was like, what the hell was that? I'm like, you don't want to know. Joe, you got to close your door from now on, bro. I know you didn't think anybody was home, and I appreciate that, but somebody could come home.
Yeah.
And he fell asleep. Who falls asleep in the middle of whacking off?
Somebody who's very tired. Very tired.
My buddy Joe, my old roommate Joe, fell asleep right in the middle of it. Bad news, happy music. On Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene, we'll get to our daily check-ins after Buck Cherry.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com. Call.
Hello.
Email.
I tried emailing you.
Text. So many ways to check in with us. Check. We rely on you guys for traffic updates, requests, and all sorts of other stuff.
Check this out.
Visit the website, rockmornings.com, for all of our contact info. Big thanks to my neighbor Sue for dropping off cinnamon cake yesterday. Said, I'm heading out for a couple runs. Cake is ready for you. Can I put it on your step? Yeah. It was like still warm.
All cinnamon and gooey and sugary and...
Yes. Oh, Sue. It was really good.
Do you like your baked goods, Sue?
Love your product. Josh sent me a message on Facebook, said you can't cuddle with the flashlight afterwards. And I said, says who?
I don't think you can cuddle with that either.
Said, I guess you could. It just feels more real with the doll. Josh would know about cuddling with dolls. He would know.
He would.
Got a text, or actually a message on Facebook, said, Willie's Still, just south of Hurley, Wisconsin. Tiny bar in the middle of nowhere along a road and snowmobile track. Talking about dive bars. There's no shortage of them, and I love every single one of them.
I know you do.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Bridget was happy to hear about the Hide a While. She said this summer, bike trip there. The bar that second floor Sarah mentioned, the Hide a While.
Yeah.
Just outside of Eau
That
Claire.
her friend zone or whatever.
Yeah. Email from Doug. Please wish my kid a happy 23rd birthday. Had a great time at the River Rally at the Jackal Show last August. They are one of his favorite bands. He's a main shop technician at Dahl Subaru listening to your show. Please play something for him if you have the time. Nothing like waiting until the end of the show to send us an email. Thanks, Doug.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Dwight. From your dad. He loves you. Magnus Carlsen era.
Some sort of, looks like a correction on the pants and the chess guy with the pants. I don't know.
Sounded like you were mixing Magnus. Jesus Christ. These chess nerds, man, they're violent. This violent chess nerd sent us an angry email. G.W. Hendrickson, whoever that is. Just an FYI, sounded like you were mixing Magnus with Hans Niemann. How dare you? How dare you mix up the chess nerds?
Hans Niemann.
Sorry, Hans Niemann, guy. Magnus Carlsen, whoever you are. Maybe they're the same person. How do you know, G.W. Hendrickson? Maybe he's got an alter ego.
The world of chess, very careful.
I don't know. Some guy wore pants, and they told him he couldn't wear pants, and now he's auctioning it off his pants. Does it matter if it's Hans or Magnus? Listen to these two guys. Which one of the SNL characters do you want? Hans or Franz?
Magnus. Magnus is the cheater. Hans is the...
Magnus hasn't been accused of cheating.
Oh, Magnus hasn't. Okay,
Niemann.
Sorry. Niemann's the one. He's the one talking. Isn't he talking to his... Isn't he the one with the vibrator, too?
I think maybe that's the Niemann guy. I don't know. Somebody... Which brings back the Sunny episode that I have told you about. Got a text from someone that said, the chess pants story made me remember the Always Sunny in Philadelphia episode about chess matches. Frank had a signaling device up his ass.
Yes, that's your favorite episode.
I don't know if I have laughed that hard in decades until that episode happened, because it was after the chess story, and that's what it was based on, was the guy got accused of putting something up his rear end that was signaling him. And, like, how far are you willing to go to, like, win chess matches? I'm gonna shove something on my...
Put it all the way up. It was all the way up.
And Frank, it was just, the episode was so well done. Because at the beginning, you have no idea what's going on. Frank wakes up, Charlie's rushing him out the door, and he's all sweaty, and ooh. And then all of a sudden, he gets there. Ooh. Oh, typical Danny DeVito. He's drooling all over the place. Ah! He's just screaming, rolling around. Oh, my God. I laughed so effing hard at that episode. Rob texted in about your MLB pants wear. Said the players in the Players Association fought with Major League Baseball and Nike and won the battle. They went back to the pants where you can't see their bats and balls. No more wedding tackle. James in Altoona very upset about Second Floor Sarah saying disparaging things about Rays.
I don't think she really meant that. She just thought it was interesting. That was your first suggestion.
Look at me. Do I look like a guy who wants to go drink $9 cocktails somewhere? No. I want $2 Schlitz at a bar with a bunch of smelly old dudes watching the Brewer games and some of the best goddamn hot sandwiches you can get anywhere. James agrees. Best hot beef ever. Anybody can fight me.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take 9 Rays places over one highfalutin rooftop bar place. Give me a break. Brenda said her Costco card has her picture on it, so you guys might have to figure this out. You got a wig? You got a brown wig?
Well, I just didn't know how much they were, but how much they checked, I guess. Because I knew Sarah got one for Christmas. Hers doesn't have her photo on it. I'm like, I can be Sarah for the day.
Jason texted in and said, I found Ray's Place 20 years ago. Best lunch in Eau Claire.
Let's go get lunch.
Shorty let us know that Doc's having a good time celebrating his 60th birthday down there in Florida. Loved the pulled pork yesterday.
I would hope so.
Always pulling his pork. And Cheryl let me know that we're getting some eggs later on this week. Thank you, Cheryl.
Eggs.
Appreciate it. Thanks for all the correspondence. Very good to hear from you guys. Have a great rest of your Monday. We'll talk to you tomorrow.